وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولا تهنوا في ابتغاء القوم إن تكونوا تألمون فإنهم يألمون كما تألمون وترجون من الله ما لا يرجون وكان الله عليما حكيما. This ayah, ولا تهنوا في ابتغاء القوم, do not show weakness in pursuing these people, connects with the previous ayat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave commands about jihad and encouraged Muslims towards jihad. And even if there is a hardship because of rain, because of sickness or whatever, do not show weakness in pursuing your enemy. إن تكونوا تألمون فإنهم يألمون كما تألمون. If you are suffering, they are also suffering just like you are suffering. So this one thing is common between you and them, which is the worldly thing, that the suffering of battle that you are going through, they are also going through that. Do not show weakness. In that regard, you and them are equal. But وَتَرْجُونَ مِنَ اللَّهِ مَا لَا يَرْجُونَ. But you are much better than them and you have something much more and much higher, which is that you have a hope from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they do not have. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. And Allah is all knowing and all wise. This ayah in the general context is a great encouragement for Muslims that whatever they are doing, yes, they have to deal with things of the world, but in dealing with the things of the world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept kuffar and Muslims equal. So the suffering of this world and the afflictions and the challenges of this world, they are the same for Muslims and non-Muslims. But Muslims are much better and they have something much beyond the kuffar, which is that hope that keeps them going of reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which the kuffar do not have. The next several ayat, almost the whole ruku, actually more than the ruku, refers to a specific incident. We'll read just one ayah and then this incident I'll relate inshallah, and then the ma'arif and the masail of these ayat inshallah we'll do next week. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ لِتَحْكُمَ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ بِمَا أَرَاكَ اللَّهُ ولا تكن للخائنين خصيما واستغفر الله إن الله كان غفورا رحيما. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ. Surely we have revealed to you the book with the truth. لِتَحْكُمَ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ بِمَا أَرَاكَ اللَّهُ. So that you may judge between people according to what Allah has shown you. بِمَا أَرَاكَ اللَّهُ, what Allah has shown you. So here it refers that the clear guidance and the clear rules and the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown you, you judge between people based on that. This is one of the reasons why Quran has been given to you. وَلَا تَكُنْ لِلْخَائِنِينَ خَصِيمًا. Do not be an advocate for those who breach trust. Khiyanat or kha'in, the people who, when they are trusted with something, they give a false testimony or they breach the trust. وَاسْتَغْفِرِ اللَّهِ. Seek forgiveness from Allah. Inna Allah kana ghafura rahima. Surely Allah is forgiving, very merciful. So the incident was that in Medina, in the first few months after Hijrah migration, as we had stated, the condition of the Muslims was not that great, and their staple food was, their common food was basically dates and flour, but barley flour, low quality flour. And very rarely, seldomly will they be able to eat wheat flour, and that would come from some other place, Syria or etc. So when a trading caravan would bring flour, it would be expensive, wheat flour, and they will buy it only for special occasions. So the Sahaba will buy it if they are expecting some guest or something special is going on, then they will buy some of it. So it was considered a very valuable thing and something that people wanted really. So at one such occasion, there was the Sahabi Hazrat Rifa'ah radiallahu anhu. He bought a sack of wheat flour and he stored it at one room in his house. And since it was considered a valuable possession, he tried to hide it, and he hid it between some arms and stuff. But there was this tribe which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring as kha'inin, the people who breach trust, who give a false testimony. And there was this specific person in that tribe called Bashir. His name comes in some narrations of hadith that his name was Bashir. Other narrations just refer to him as Bani Ubayriq or Ibn Ubayriq. So this tribe was called Ubayriq or Banu Ubayriq, the people of Ubayriq, the progeny of Ubayriq, and this person is referred to in some hadiths as Ibn Ubayriq, and some hadiths give his name as Bashir. This person at night time secretly went into that room, into his house, and stole that sack of wheat and also the arms with it. In the morning, Hazrat Rafa'a radiallahu anh found out about this and he started investigating. So his nephew was Hazrat Qatada, who was also a very good Sahabi, very close Sahabi of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So him and Hazrat Qatada radiallahu anh started investigating in the locality, and people told them that last night we have seen a fire or stove being alive in the houses of these people, Banu Ubayriq. So we suspect that they would have stolen it because they were cooking it. They were cooking something last night. So Hazrat Qatada and Hazrat Rafa'a, whose sack was stolen, they had their suspicion on these people, Banu Ubayriq. When these Banu Ubayriq were called out, they put the accusation on a very pure and innocent Sahabi of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Hazrat Labid radiallahu anh. Hazrat Labid radiallahu anh was, the kind of people who do not interact with people a lot, and the kind of people who's not, very social. So he kept to himself basically. So they put the accusation on him. Hazrat Labid radiallahu anh, when he got news of this, he came out with his sword drawn and said that you accuse me of a theft that I have not committed, you accuse me of something that I have not done. Now I will not put down my sword until this is settled. So the Banu Ubayriq became scared, and they quietly went to him and said that nobody is going to accuse you, don't worry, nobody is going to accuse you. And then they put the accusation on a Jewish person. About these Banu Ubayriq, and specifically about this Ibn Ubayriq, this person Bashir, some muhaddithin have written that this guy was most probably a munafiq, because even before this incident he would write poetry, defamatory poetry about Sahaba, and would publish it or publicize it under some other name, refer it to someone else. So he was most likely a munafiq. So this person and his tribe, they put the accusation now on a Yahudi, on a Jewish person. And they made a trail of wheat from the house of Sayyidina Rafa'a radiallahu anh to the house of that Jewish person. And one of them also went, and that Jewish person did not know, they also gave him those arms that were surrounding that sack gave it to him to keep secure. And then told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we suspect this Jewish person to have stolen this thing. When he was asked, the Jewish person took an oath and swore that I have not done this, and these people had brought these arms to me to keep secure only a day before. But the Prophet ﷺ's mind, in his mind, he was tilting towards the Jewish person being the culprit, because judgment in this world is made on facts, on what you see before your eyes. The Prophet ﷺ was presented with this trail, and the arms had come out from the house of that Jewish person. So the Prophet ﷺ was kind of tilting towards executing a punishment for that Jewish person. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now imagine, for a person who does not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent down one full ruku' about that Jewish person being free of sin and being free of this accusation, and the kha'inin, the people who are doing all this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has clarified it to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we are giving this book, that you judge based on this book. This book is the supreme authority. It supersedes all evidence, because it is our word. And we are giving this book to you so that you can judge between people justly, and do not be an advocate for those who breach trust. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the people that you are looking to advocate for, the kha'inin, because what they had done was that they had not only put the blame on that Jewish person, but they had gone another step and they had put the blame on Sayyidina Qatada radiallahu anh and Sayyidina Rafa'a radiallahu anh as well, that these people are falsely accusing us without basis, without reason, without sound reason. So the Prophet ﷺ actually reprimanded in words Sayyidina Qatada and Sayyidina Rafa'a as well, that why are you accusing innocent people when you have no evidence? Without evidence, how can you accuse them? They were just going by their insight, that they were thinking, they thought that our thinking goes that these people might be the culprits. And when the Prophet ﷺ actually told them that why are you doing this, then they also regretted that why did we even go and say this to the Prophet ﷺ. They wished that they had never said anything, and in reality they had settled down in their homes that whatever the Prophet ﷺ is going to decide, we are happy with it. We get our money and our wealth or our asset back or not, we are fine with it. So they were happy with what the Prophet ﷺ was going to decide. But anyway, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down this ruku. Wastaghfirillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking the Prophet ﷺ to seek istighfar or forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not because the Prophet ﷺ had committed a sin, but it is a consensus of ulama that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked the Prophet ﷺ to do istighfar, it is on something that could have not been the supreme thing to do, the best thing to do. It is not a sin, and this here is actually to protect the ma'sumiyat of the Prophet ﷺ. Before he could judge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down this ruku' so that the Prophet ﷺ would not accuse or give a judgment against an innocent man and let go the kha'inin or these Bani Ubayriq free. Inna Allah kana ghafura rahima. Definitely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forgiving and merciful. And inshallah we'll read the masail of these ayat, this whole ruku inshallah next week. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Allahumma ij'alna min ahli al-Qur'an alladhi ahluka wa khassatuk. Sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqihi Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ameen bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.